Hello everyone, Jim here with Sunrise Farms. I just wanted to do an update video from when we disked up our garden, the very first garden we've ever had here on the farm, on our new homestead. And I'm gonna show you that in the past 2.5 months, how the disc looked when I did it, and what it looks like now after grass and weeds have infiltrated it back. Obviously we didn't have anything to put down for weed protection, no plastic, no weed barrier, that kind of thing. So I'm actually was blessed enough to borrow a friend's tiller around the corner. Thank you very much, Eric and Jennifer. And I'm going to use their tiller and I'm going to till up the garden. We've only planted about 40% of the garden so far. So I'm actually going to till around most of that stuff, but there's also some stuff that didn't, like, it's getting so overrun between the weeds and the grass, it's just not worth saving, like some lettuce that we direct seeded. That was probably a mistake, obviously. So I'm probably just going to till it up completely. Here comes Sasha. If she can get in the shot, she'll be happy to do so. She loves traipsing the garden, don't you, girl? She's a black lab that we just got recently, about 3 months ago. So she's our brand new family member. Interesting experience. We haven't had a dog in over 10 years, maybe 15. So at any rate, she'll be a good farm dog, and she loves the garden, loves the water. So anywho, let me give you a better shot, a more close-up shot of exactly what has happened to our plot of land over the last, like I say, about 2.5 months, and we'll get started tilling. So there is Sasha. Wave to the camera, Sasha. Let me get a close-up of Sasha. She's looking smart and pretty for you right at the camera. So cute. All right, well, let me give you a better hint of what's happening here. So as you can see, there's the tiller from the blessed friends of ours. I got some steel work and some rebar sitting over there for some trellis work, as well as some roof trusses that I hope to be making a wood shed, tractor shed, and perhaps even somewhat of a produce shed out of here, hopefully this year. So down there you can see the mounds that we started that are mostly variations of watermelon, kind of experimental, and then 4 pumpkin plants as well at the far end closest to us. So let me get started with the tiller. You can see how bad that the grass has come back. I mean, the disc doesn't do an extremely good job to start with, but we're gonna try to work around it and till it up. In fact, let me point out, down here, I have 4 rows of various tomato plants. I now know that was probably a mistake, planting varieties of tomato plants that close together, for fear of some form of cross-pollination. But at any rate, down here there's 4 rows of various tomatoes, some beefsteak, bush steak, marglobe, and red cherry tomatoes. Over here was where we had our corn. That was a total failure. So once I get that tilled up, I've got more corn to start. Right in here we have cucumber. Cucumber came up great, and it's coming up great, but we did have some either rabbit or deer, I'm thinking it was rabbit by the bite size, take out about 1/3 of our cucumbers, little turkeys. And then over here we had some beans coming up. We had about 20 beans coming up, but only 5 have survived the animals. So I'm thinking about either tilling them under and going again, or possibly even pulling them and transplanting them. There's no point in me trying to work around that with the tiller. And then over here, just on the other side of those beans, we've got some crooked squash that are growing. They're growing pretty nice. I think I can just till around those. So these are mound experimented that I showed you all in a previous video, watermelon, which are coming up pretty nicely. Not all of them have germinated, but most of them have. A row of watermelon, and then some pumpkin down here at the end. And then I got all kinds, hard to even tell in this shot because there's so much grass and weeds, but I got all kinds of potatoes coming up, some decent onions, a few garlic. So anyway, let me go ahead and get started with the tilling, and we'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. So this is what it looked like after 2 half days of tilling, so about 8 total hours. So this is the after. A lot of work, but gonna be well worth it.